Well, hello there again, listeners. This is Renee Wallace again, and I want to talk to you a little bit about a specific aspect of mental health that I am attempting to promote. I've done various sessions in various places on the issue of anger management, and I wanted to explore that topic with you a little bit. First and foremost, the issue of anger, as is defined, is an emotion, a pure emotion. In fact, I learned a long time ago that there are just a few basic emotions, which is glad or mad or sad. So, anger, of course, is mad. What is anger anyway? Anger is neither good nor bad. Anger is just a pure emotion, an emotion that tells us that something is wrong. Something is wrong because we experience a trigger. A lot of anger is embedded in our thinking styles. Sometimes in our environment, take for example being in traffic. We get angry when the traffic's going nowhere. But it's a trigger that tells us things like it's too slow, we need to get to work on time, and it's all connected to things like if we get there late and the boss is going to be angry, and it's connected to all kinds of other results about our pay and about how we're viewed in the work world. So we get angry because our inner sense elicits to us a fight or flight response to the situation that we are experiencing. When people put us down, when people bully us, when people lie to us, when people tell us things that we know isn't quite what it should be. And so we get angry, or in lighter ways, we may say we get ticked off or pissed off, or various ways to describe anger as we say it in our culture. In looking at anger as neither good nor bad, the important thing is to realize that when we get angry, there is a reason why we feel the way we do. So we could use our rational thinking and to understand our feelings, sort it out. And as it is to do with anger, it is not what we feel that is as important as what we do. Anger can boost us to the nth. We could take an angry situation and turn it into good. Or we could take an angry situation and turn it into bad. The worst aspects of anger, anyway, is aggression. Aggression is a way of taking back what was done to us, how people treated us, or what we need to solve as a consequence to teach them a lesson. Hostility is also related to anger. Hostility is an action where you become aggressive constantly, showing up in places and doing things that will hurt those who done us wrong. And of course, there is bitterness. At the end of the spectrum, we have to get over anger because at the end of the day, anger doesn't do much. It only gives us a place where we get even, where we get a feeling of temporary relief from the feelings of hostility, bitterness, or any emotion that would lead us to a very quick fix. To some extent, anger is almost like when we go out and drink, and we drink because we're depressed, and because we're depressed, we drink. Well, we're angry because something went wrong, and because something went wrong, we're angry. But that's emotional thinking. If we could bring ourselves to a higher level of understanding what led us to having those levels of emotions, then we're better able to problem solve. One of the ways to problem solve when it comes to anger is the whole idea of our communication styles. There's passive, there's aggressive, and there's assertive. If we learn how to be assertive and to communicate to others, especially those in our specific view, or families, or co-workers, etc., and we communicate to them our feelings, we will get past the anger, and we can get past the anger and to deal with things in a much more structured way. Despite what I'm saying, it's a lot more than that. And some of us are just walking time bombs of anger. So it's something that we need to constantly think about and problem solve day to day. Some of us get triggers of things that happened to us in the past that's related to post-traumatic stress. We were abused, we were taken advantage of, and of course some of us are raised in families who really, the families we're raised in, they really don't know how to problem solve. No one ever taught them how to resolve issues, how to look at things in ways where you could see the problem and know that it's solvable. Some of us are raised in families where we think this particular issue cannot be solved. All you do is sweep it under the rug, you have a drink, and you go to bed. It is never solved, it's never sorted out, it's never acknowledged. So thinking about our feelings, which is in particularly anger, we need to understand our feelings, sort them out, and seek help in understanding why we're experiencing those types of emotions. If you want to get relief from anger, try using this simple method. Think about the fact that every time you're angry, you're being emotional and you're spitting out verbal diarrhea. Think about anger in the context of how can I stop that kind of reasoning, because it really doesn't make sense. Have a discussion in your head, a mental dialogue of where you're at on your journey in terms of boosting yourself. It's not easy. We all get angry. I get angry. And we just need to understand ourselves better, understand why we feel what we feel, also validate the fact that we feel this way for a reason, and move on. Thank you.